Oh yeah, we got another mail order. This time, it's quiet carry in Vanax, a $300 plus pocket knife. He didn't want no belt job on this one. He wants that laser beam tormic treatment. And the way he packages, like, man, you shipping some plutonium here or what? It's funny because the way people package their knives says a lot about them. Let's get to know this guy. I think it was Forrest Gump who said you could tell a lot about a person by their shoes. Well, in this case, it's me and knives. Oh, yeah. Wow. That finger choil, man. Dang. It's so light. I say it over and over. If you love knives, the best job you could do is sharpen them because you get to play with all kinds of cool knives. You get to demo all of them. And this one, oh my gosh. I just fell in love with this knife. It legit feels like an extension of my arm when I'm holding it. Another thing I'm in love with is the new precision knife jig length projector. 20 bucks. We got 2 left. And man, I'm saving a ton of time setting up knives now. Whenever I get a pocket knife in that I haven't personally held, I always like to do a little research. And quiet carry, the drift here, man, this thing, oh boy. So the drift C, this thing just dropped like a week or two ago. The C stands for contoured. And I think that's what, when I talk about it feels like an extension, doesn't look like they did a whole heck of a lot, but let me tell you, that grip, ooh, it feels so good. The only thing better than the way it feels in your hand is the steel they made it out of. Vanax Superclean, high nitrogen, carbon-free super steel. This stuff is legit, virtually rust-proof with an HRC in the low 60s. And it kind of seems like one of the core values of quiet carry is the anti-corrosion, the saltwater aspect. And if you're like me and you live legit on the saltwater, like I could throw a rock at it, that's a concern. So I think it's pretty cool. I'll be looking out for what drops they're doing in the future. One cool thing they did with this Drift C is they did ceramic on ceramic. So you got ceramic ball bearings with ceramic washers. This is a pretty rare high-end detail that you don't see in most pocket knives. I will say it's a little stiff to get moving. You know that flick? Like I have a little bit of a hard time getting that going. But once you kind of get the angle, and I don't know how to explain it. Once you find that sweet spot, it feels, oh man, the action on this thing is actually a lot of fun. It's super crisp. Great little knife. Quiet Carry, they're a company out of California, and it seems like what their goal is like minimalism. You know, they don't like the bulkiness. They want stuff to disappear in your pocket, right? In this knife, I did carry it around in my pocket today while I was at work, and it feels really good. I'm impressed, and it's so lightweight. You know, the titanium handle. I mean, if you're gonna try to get $300 for 3 inches of steel, it's gotta be special. And they definitely hit it out of the park with the weight and just that slim line profile as it sits in your pocket. And then hate to mention it again, but that snap, the action, oh, it's so much fun. This is actually only the second Vanax knife I've ever sharpened. The first one was actually one of my very first customers when I licensed the business last summer. And let me tell you, this time, it definitely, how do I put this? Like, let's use MagnaCut as an example. MagnaCut, it feels very pure. Like you can feel the grippiness of the steel, the abrasion happening. Vanax is different though. It's almost like I don't know, like it has a layer of Teflon on it or something, you know? You don't get that grippy bite, but nonetheless, it does slide across the CBN very smoothly. I didn't have any concerns while grinding, I'll tell you that much. I just kind of went about it the same way I did that last super still, which, what was it? That was Rex, I think. We did Rex 121. I would say it's more similar to grinding Rex 121 than it is something like MagnaCut. And I wouldn't recommend sharpening this thing on anything other than CBN or diamond. There might be some other materials out there that I don't even know about that are harder than aluminum oxide, but being that aluminum oxide is one of the most general sharpening abrasives on the market, yeah, I would stick with the harder abrasives. I guess you got ceramic, right, on the belt side. I don't know, though. When I think about belts, if this was my knife, nope. I don't care how long you've been grinding with belts. I don't want this sharpened by a belt system. I want this thing on a fixed angle. And you know what? Tormic's what I know best, so that's what's sharpening it. Now, when a guy packages the knife the way my client packaged this, I know he hired me for one thing, and that's ultra-sharpness. So I went through a full grip progression of 200, six or I can't remember, 6 or 800. Then we went to 6 micron, and then here we are at 3 micron. All CBN and then diamond on the stropping. And I'd say it went as good as it could. Oh, I forgot to mention this. This blade came to me at 21 degrees. A little bit steeper, like, I don't know. I don't really have like a end-all be-all for what edge angle you should be sharpening a pocket knife at. It really depends on what your customer's going to be using. And being that this was brand new, this thing just came out of the factory recently, I suggested we just follow what the manufacturer did. He can play with it. He can use it for a while. Maybe at the end of the summer, if this thing's losing its edge, or this time next year, hopefully, we do something different and we experiment. But yeah, I'm always a fan of just, you know, following the manufacturer, because, you know, they've done a bunch of research. And if you're planning to sharpen this thing on any kind of a machine, you know, whether it be a TS Prof or a Tormic, wrap that thing up. Like, wrap it up good. You don't want to put a ding on it, because, boy, that just makes the rest of the day a big bummer. Here we go. We're putting in the final test. Come on. I'm always like right here. I'm like, come on, snap, snap. Oh, no, it's not snapping. Come on. Oh, what's happening? Oh, thank God it didn't keep going. 101. All right. Not sub 100. Oh, man. Quiet carry. They know what they're doing. Hey, stick around to the end of the video to see the high def close-ups of this thing. Man, let me tell you, this knife. Ooh, boy. You know, if you ever find yourself in prison, this is your goal right here. This thing. That finger choil, like, I got an iron grip. I'm strong, and I cannot snap this thing. Let me tell you. But if you had to, oh man, this thing, it's so lightweight. It's the weight. I love the weight. And the slim profile of the blade. Dude, these guys, I want this thing. I texted my client, and I was like, hey, are you interested in selling this thing? If he is, boom, money's in his account, and you'll see this thing on the show every time, because I will put it right here. Oh, I love this thing. One other thing, 2 other things. Trinity Rose Coffee, let me tell you, he's a friend, subscriber. I paid for this bag. It's actually really good. It's I recommend the Dominican one. I haven't gotten into this one yet. And shout out to KFMK, our partner here at Get Sharp. They sponsor us with all kinds of cool stuff. You saw the cool new Viver attachment yesterday you got a sneak peek at it. We're going to dive into that deeper very soon. But they're doing a giveaway. This machine right here, you can win it. To win it, what is your first knife? Share it in the comments below. My first knife, I'll put it in the comments section. But let me tell you about my first knife. I was like 6 years old, and I think it was a Cabela's magazine or something like a Cabela's magazine. And my great-grandparents, I used to spend the weekends with them. They were like, you pick out a knife, you know, and they gave me like a price range. So I'm going, and I picked out my knife. I remember waiting many weeks, and finally I show up. I forgot all about it. I show up, and there's a box on my spot at the table where I'd always sit. And oh, it's here. Open it up, boom. I ran around with it. Long story short, there was this leather stool thing next to my bed at the desk. And one day, I just sliced that seat right open. I just grabbed it, and I was just like, wow. He didn't find out. I remember waiting for him to yell at me. And eventually, it was like 2 weekends later, Corey. And I was like, oh, he's in the bedroom. He knows. I go in there, and I'm like, what's going on, Grandpa? He's like, did you cut this? Oh, yeah, I think it was an accident. And yeah, whatever. But, oh, man. Gosh, I miss that guy. He was a good grandpa. The best grandpa. He would have beat your grandpa up, by the way. No, I don't know. He probably would have lost. He was kind of small. But anyways, good times. Check out these photos. Oh, man, look at this. Just look at it. Wow. Just look at it. I don't even need to say anything. $300 is a lot to spend on a pocket knife, but boy, if you're gonna spend $300, I can't think of another one to spend on. Yeah, it's just an absolutely, not only does it feel incredible, but just look at it. Man, it's just a gorgeous knife. These guys killed it. They did a good job. How many hours of work to own this thing? Whew. Beautiful knife.